so fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pit on my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Making me stronger. Ain't no luck finding real love. Gotta know where to look. Time moves fast, and I've grown up. Yeah, I run to you. Used to pit on my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I know no patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger, What can I do to make you stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
You got me thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, out of nowhere suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk.
Welcome back everyone to FRL. We're here for round 5 of the PureSimGear GT3 Championship. This time we're at Barcelona, sunny Barcelona here in Spain. Track is currently 28 degrees and optimum. No one has set a time just yet, qualifying has just recently started. But let's take a quick look at the standings coming into this round. In the AM class, we've got Petrovic still leading the championship on 145 points, followed by Draco who unfortunately wasn't with us last round. He's on 118 points. Then Danix in third on 112 points. And then for the pro class, we've got Nashira leading the championship on 154 points, followed by Zuschetti on 119, and then Tadema on 114. So quite close there between P2 and P3 in both the Pro and AM class. Here we go, we've got some times coming in now. Amir with a 143.942. We will expect that time to come down. These are just banker laps. But at the moment, qualifying is very, very close. Top 6, that is, within 8 tenths of each other. And Amir is currently up on his time, just about. Toth is also up on his time. But we are going to see these times come down, like I said. Barcelona, not the most difficult of tracks. I think the last sector is probably the hardest part of this circuit. And also the slowest part as well. We've got quite a few hairpins and the final chicane as well, with those massive sausage curbs on either side. And I think that's possibly where the drivers are going to lose most of their time here at Barcelona. But Toth is 2 tenths up currently. The Shearer is 7 tenths up, so he may be taking provisional pole. He's actually lost 2 tenths there. On a bit of a slide there from the Bentley driver. That's not going to help with his lap time at all. Once again, taking the inside curbs. Almost, clattering the second sausage curb there. And he's lost some time as a result. He's 3 tenths up currently. He crosses the line, puts him in P4. It's not enough. Where's Amir? He's on another lap here. Currently 2 tenths up. Let's see who else is on for an improvement. Zuschetti is 6 tenths up. It's coming through the final chicane and now the final corner. Where could this place him? Possibly around P7, there we go. So 5 tenths off the provisional pole time currently. Now your championship leader in the AM class, Petrovic, is 7 tenths up on his time. Won't put him near the top. I don't actually think it's going to put him a position up here. Unless he can gain something in the final corner. But no, he doesn't. Still 7 tenths up, and I think it's still going to be P21 for him. Yes, it is. So plenty of time there for Petrovic to improve. I've got the Honda driver, Honda 64, who's 2 tenths up on his time. Zakdow as well, 5 tenths up. Let's actually go on board with him for the final sector here. Oh, he had a bit of snap oversteer there. As soon as we go on board someone, they always seem to lose the car. But here we go, he's still a 10th up. Under heavy braking now, coming towards this left-hander. And he's gained time through there. Let's see if he can hold it together for the final few corners here of this lap. The Lexus, definitely one of the best sounding cars here on this game, and I think that may have been Quinn Wall who just moved out of the way there for Zakdow. And he's 5 tenths up. Where does this put him? Puts him up into P14. There's a good lap from Zakdow, but still we've got Amir on provisional pole. Toth in P2. But there we go, Amir with a 143.432 5/10 clear of any driver here out on track at the moment. So the Ferrari proving very strong here at Barcelona. Tom's not able to improve yet. He's running out of time. Just 6.5 minutes left to go. Sebastian Leinmuller is up on his time. Ever so slightly there. Just a 10th, but let's see if he can gain a few more through this final sector here. Runs slightly wide. I think it may still be a valid lap though. Sebastian, as we've seen, oh, there's a car off there in the final chicane, but Sebastian, as we've seen, is definitely a top 5 or even top 10 driver here at FRL, and he's aborted his lap, so he won't be up for an improvement. Amir in the pits, confident that no one can beat his time. Toth is up a 10th. Zachtel also up 4/10 once again. This could put him in the top 10 then. Let's see as he rounds off the final corner now. He's lost some time coming through that chicane. And he's only 2/10 up now. That puts him into P11, just missing out on top 10. Indriani is 6/10 up currently, so that's possibly going to put her in P23, so upper position. Coming up towards the final chicane now, 7/10 up. This could even be P22, let's see. Rounding off the final corner now. Crosses the line and into P23 there. Williams is 4/10 up on his lap. Sergio Oz 8/10 up, but currently 5 seconds off the provisional pole time here, set by Amir. It looks like with just 4 minutes to go, no one is really on for a huge improvement. Apart from Oz, who's 3 seconds up on his time. Where would this place him? Number 503, Aston Martin driver, is going to come across the line now. And that puts him into P19 there. So 2 seconds off the pole time. Nishira, your championship leader, is currently sitting in P4. The Bentley with a bit more understeer than some of the other GT3 cars here out on track. But he was up for an improvement. He's lost some time somewhere. But we'll see if he's up for an improvement coming through the final few sectors. That's where you can either lose it all or gain it all. Let's hope I don't put another commentator's curse on Nishira. Alfie Barron as well, currently sitting in P3, 6/10 off. Looks like Toth has got slightly closer as well, 4/10 off now, but no one really able to get that close to Amir's 1:43.4. And time is definitely running out for these drivers. Oz is 6/10 up once again this lap, and he's coming towards the end of it. Oh, a bit of a slide there from Oz, and he's lost that time now. But he's still up. He's gained it through that final chicane. 4/10 up now. Where is this going to place him as he crosses the line into P16 there? Good lap from Oz. Aiden now also a couple tenths up, but he's got traffic in front of him. That's not going to serve well. But let's see, he's going to cross the line. Where is it going to put him? It's still an improvement. Puts him into P11, just missing out on a top 10 here. Flash of the lights from Aiden. Alfie Barron now 3/10 up. As he rounds off the final corner, this could put him up into P2. As he crosses the line, yes it is. Front row there from Alfie Barron, and he's going to return the car to the pit. So that's his qualifying session pretty much over. Nishira, there we go, his lap time is invalidated. Saw him run slightly wide. And he'll only have one more chance after this to improve that lap time of a 1:43, sorry, 0.992. Currently watching Cameron Martin now, who is 3/10 up, sitting on a 1:45.327. Lurchy's Gaming in the comments saying 1:43.4. I struggle to do a 1:50. Yeah, Barcelona, not one of my favourite tracks either. But yeah, some of these drivers here out tonight extremely quick. Darren also in the comments saying graphics look brilliant. Thanks, Darren. Good to have you here on the stream. So we've got Martin. Now, no improvement there for him. That's his qualifying session over. Let's have a look at Danix, who's on a lap, currently sitting in P17. Doesn't look like anyone else is up for an improvement. Actually, Marco Keddy is sitting in P8. He's up 4/10. He has some traffic in front of him, but nothing he really has to worry about, I think, until that final chicane. This could see him on the front row even. He's now 5/10 up. It's going to be extremely close here. 6/10 up now, I think. If he can keep it together, 7/10 up, he's going to be on the front row. This is going to be a stonker of a lap here as he rounds off the final corner. Tries to get the draft of the driver up ahead, and there we go. Puts it into P3, 5 thousandths of Alfie Barron in P2. Nishira now 4/10 up, 5/10 up. Could this see him on pole position? I think he lost the 10th there through the chicane. He's now 3/10 up. Where is this going to place him as he crosses the line? Puts him into P2. Great lap there from the Shearer, putting him on the front row. And I think that's it for qualifying. Make sure to stay tuned because we'll be back shortly for the race. There we go then, back on the formation lap, and as we saw in qualifying, Amir taking pole position with Nashira just at the end, managing to get himself up onto the front row. Afi Baron and Keddy on the second row as well, and Toth down to P5. But track temp still warm. We've got a bit more cloud coverage here, but I don't really think that will affect the drivers. There's no chance of rain either, and currently no winds. That's going to favour the drivers. But FRL Yavoltin, I think, if I'm saying that correctly, saying absolutely rapid quali session. Yeah, it definitely was. I think 43 is very quick for a race like this. I think personally I've done 42 6s, 7s, but that's obviously in hot lap, much different conditions to what we have now. And Barcelona definitely not one of my favourite tracks at all. But let's hope these drivers can keep it clean here coming into turn 1. And I'm sure they're going to put on a great show for us tonight. Let's get to your predictions in the comments. Who you think is going to be finishing in the top 3 here at Barcelona. Now we'll see the drivers coming up into formation here side by side. You can hear Amir just dragging the brake there, trying to get some more heat into his tyres. And that is definitely the best way to do so. But here we go, drivers now rounding off the final corner, getting ready for lights out here at Barcelona for round 5 of the PureSimGear GT3 Championship. And we are green, green, green. Looks like Nashira to a flying start there. I think he may get the jump here on Amir coming into turn 1, but he is on the outside. Amir is going to be picking up the marbles slightly. Nashira, who's going to be later in the brakes, and that's Baron, Alfie Baron having a look up the inside, but had to back out that one. You don't want to make it 3 wide into turn 1. There we go, Nashira already up into P1 off the start. And now he's going to have to do the defending here. Amir's definitely going to be looking to get that move back as soon as possible. That puts Alfie Baron now into P3. He's having to defend here, and that's the BMW. Who is that? I think that's Chris Vinning up into P4. Having a look on Alfie, but he's got Keddy now. Trying to get the move back on him. Bit of contact there. Just a bit of door rubbing, but nothing to be worried about. Keddy starting in P3. He's lost a position, but Vinning up 2 positions off the start. Starting in P6. Looking further down the field, there doesn't really seem to be much any accidents or anything, which is good to see. Let's just have a look further down the field. Looks like everyone pretty much has gotten through cleanly, which is great to see here. But back to the race lead, Nashira having to defend from Amir, and the longer he defends for, the quicker Alfie Baron, Chris Vinning, Marco Keddy will all catch up to these two. You can see they're already closing the gap. Nashira needs to be careful, because this early on he doesn't really want to be fighting with Amir. These top 2 need to break away from the pack behind them. And Nashira already trying to break the slipstream now, coming down the start-finish straight. And it seems to have worked, because Amir hasn't really been able to get right onto the back of him. I say that, and Nashira has gone deep coming into turn 1. Amir's going to try it around the outside. We'll go for the switchback now. And let's see, he's having a look up the inside now, coming towards this right-hander. No, he's had to back out of that a bit too far back to get the move done, but this is allowed Alfie Barron, Chris Vinning and Keddy all to catch up to the back of these race leaders here. And we've pretty much got a 5-car battle now for the race lead. You can see in the background, Toth slowly catching up to these drivers up ahead as well. We've got an absolute train of cars behind, and I'm sure Nashira, looking in his rearview mirrors, is going to be quite startled by that. But Nashira, being a champion and a championship leader here at FRL, he's well experienced with this, and look at the train of cars, absolutely amazing to see. Let's go back on the rearview wing camera here of Nashira. See how close Amir gets under the braking, but Nashira just trying to back them up, back Amir up into the rest of the pack. There we go, the fastest lap, bouncing between drivers. Keddy now with the fastest lap of 1:44.5, and comparing that to Nashira, Nashira's last lap was a 1:45.1, so you can really see the pace difference here on the opening 3 laps. But now with Amir having to defend from Alfie Barron behind, that's opened a slight gap to the Nashira up ahead, who are on board with currently. It's going to give him some breathing room so he can focus on the track ahead of him. But now onto the brakes for this long left-hander here. And still, we still have a 5-car battle. Nashira, oh, I thought he almost lost the car there, but he's kept it together. Let's look further down the field then. Sebastian in P6 seems to have got past Toth, so Toth down into P7, Sebastian up into P6, and this is pretty much another 4-car battle, not too far off of the top 5, but Sebastian Lyman followed by Toth, then Zaschetti, then Sullivan, and Aiden as well in another battle, not too far off, another 3-car battle here. So Aiden leading this, but they are catching up to the gaggle of cars up ahead. I say 3-car battle, it's now, what's that, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually, 6-car battle, unbelievable here, and let's hope this can continue throughout the race. But Aiden followed by Zakdal. Zakdal looks to have the closing speed coming down into turn 1. He's going to have a look up the inside. Is he later on the brakes? Aiden's left in the room. He hasn't been able to get it done yet, but he's going to go for the switchback. Bit of a wiggle there from the Lexus. He's kept it under control. But no, looks like Aiden has been able to hold on. Good driving from the both of them. Very respectful, leaving enough room for each other, but it's going to allow Attila to catch right up to the back of him. And he's just waiting in the wings for these 2 drivers up ahead to capitalise on any mistakes that they make. He needs to be careful though. He's got the number 11 BMW very close behind, and also mate in the 64 Honda. That's Zakdal having another look up the inside, just trying to show himself in the rear view mirrors of Aiden. But he's kicked up some of the gravel on the exit, and I think that's lost him some exit speed. Yes, it has. He's not as close as he would be hoping for, and that's Attila having a look up the inside. But has he opened up the door to the number 11 BMW? No, he hasn't. Wasn't able to get the move done yet. This is possibly the narrowest part of the circuit. Sector 3. You're coming down towards the final chicane. Look how close they are, practically pushing each other around there. Final corner. Let's go back to the race lead. Nashira still leading the race. followed by Amir, Baron, Vinning in P4 and Keddy in P5. So still a 5-car battle here for the lead. Slightly different lines coming into turn 2 between Nashira and Amir. It doesn't look like either is superior here, and Amir really close to the back of Nashira. He's going to have to defend this next corner, I think. Amir with a better exit. No, he moves back over to the racing line. And he knows Amir's not going to go for that. These two drivers know each other very well here. But once again, Nashira using more runoff than his competitors here. Let's go on board with Alfie Barron. He's currently running in P3. He's got a good view of this battle up ahead. And Nashira taking the fastest lap of a 1:44.4. A lot of these front runners are all in 1:44.4s. So you can see just by following each other how similar the lap times are. Let's see how close Vinning is behind. He's not close enough to make a move, but he's still there. Definitely still have to worry about him and Keddy behind. You can see there in the Lamborghini 737. And that is Amir, I think, having a look up the inside, not close enough though. And once again, he's going to have to back out of that. But applying constant pressure to Nashira. I really wouldn't want to be Nashira in that position right now. He's going to have to defend this next corner. And Amir going to go for the later apex to get the run. Coming down this short, I'd say straight. It does kink to the left slightly. Now this is the proper left-hander. Vinning now taking the fastest lap actually, a 1:44.1. So almost into the 1:43s. You can see how much he's being held up. And this is Alfie having to go defensive against Vinning. That's going to lose them some time to the two leaders up ahead. They don't want to be battling this early on in the race. And we do also have a pit stop here. The orange box with the number 1 in it, indicating that they haven't served the mandatory pit stop yet. Once that goes green, they'll have served their pit stop. Back track side, Nashira still holding on. And neither of these drivers, neither of the top 5 really, able to gain any positions on one another. So it's still as it were. Let's go down and have a look at some more battles. Toth back up into P6 then. He made the move on Sebastian. Didn't see when, but he's got it done. Now Zachetti dropping back ever so slightly to the two BMW drivers up ahead. Sullivan also not able to keep up with the pace. He's currently doing 1:45s, whereas the 3 drivers ahead of him are in the 1:44s. Looks like Zakdal as well has got a few drivers lined up behind him. Aiden and Attila still, as it were, as well. 3 very, very powerful cars here, battling it out for what would be P10, I believe. But obviously we still have pit stops to go, so it can mix things up here. Undercuts and overcuts are very, very strong. Especially if you can time it right and put yourself into clean air. But I assume Zakta will try and keep it out for as long as he can. And they're not too far off of Sullivan up ahead either. They're both Zach Dow and Sullivan lapping in the 1:45, so very similar between the two drivers. Looking further down the field as well. Got a few more battles heating up. One for P15, that's Keel, Nicholas Keel, has got Martin and Jill behind him as well in the number 700 Lamborghini. Where's Petrovic's though? Petrovic's the championship leader from the AMP class, is down in P22. And his rival, oh, there's been contact there between that would be Keel and Martin. And Martin coming out ahead of Keel there. Both drivers in different classes, different categories. But that's not what Keel would have wanted at all. But yeah, like I said, Petrovic's down in P22, and his main rival here would be the number 700 Lamborghini, who's currently running in P16. So this is going to be good points for him if he can keep it up towards in the top 20. But Keel looks racy here tonight in the number 34 Porsche. And will he be looking to make a move? Then just about keeps it within track limits, I think. No, he didn't. Wasn't within track limits, so that may have been a warning. And that's Jill wide. The Lamborghini has gone wide, but he's been able to hold on to the position just about. Need to be careful because Tadema has now joined in on the fun. 4-car battle here for P15. And we'll keep an eye on this. Let's go back to the battle for P1. Look how close Amir is still to Nishira. I'm sure he's going to want to get the move done as soon as possible now, because Alfie Barron is right on the back of him. You can see here through this right-hander, the Bentley struggling slightly. He's going to have to go defensive. Amir has a late look up the inside. Nishira's left him the room, but he hasn't been able to do it. Is he going to have the better exit? Nishira going defensive now once again, but no, Amir not able to get the move done as of yet. This is really bunching the pack up once again, and Amir's going to have a look up the inside. Has he got it done? No, he hasn't. Nishira's still holding around the outside. Good defensive driving there from him, but you can see in the background that is that's Toth closing in the gap, and Amir having to defend from Alfie Barron. And the BMW of Toth, of Vinning, sorry, and Barron almost coming together. Vinning having a look around the outside of Barron, but that did open up the door for Keddy, so he had to slot back in to avoid losing a position there. And look how close now is Toth, Sebastian and Zachetti. There we go, 2 drivers to pit. We've got Amir and Barron. This could be the undercut they're going for. But Nishira now doesn't really have to worry about anyone behind him, because Vinning is a 1.5 seconds back, so he can focus on getting those laps in. And he may be able to stay out in front here. Let's see where Amir and Barron come out. Let's see if they come out in traffic or not, because that could make or break their race here. We're looking further down the field once again to the battle for what I believe was P15. No, we've got it's changed now. We've got a few drivers pitting. Who else is in the pits? So Amir still in the pits, as is Alfie Barron. They will be emerging shortly. I think those two are the only 2 drivers to pit in this race, and the first 2 to pit, both at the same time. Looks like Aiden is still holding off Attila. But look how much time they've lost to Zacto up ahead. Could there have been a mistake? Neither driver seems to have any damage on their car. Zacto seems to be okay here, running in P8. He's pulled 4.3 seconds to Aiden, and oh, a bit of a slide there from him. Just about held onto the car. Bit of four-wheel drifting there from the Lexus driver. But down to just battle. Tugberg has got Danix very close behind him in the 198 Ferrari. Both and pro drivers here at position still do count. Danix is currently leading the race at the AM class here, so I don't think he really wants to be battling much with the BMW up ahead. And here we go, we've got a move. Looks like Attila has gone down the inside of Aiden. Aiden's trying to keep it around the outside, but I think Attila has got that move done. Yes, he does. So he's up into P9 and Aiden back down into P10 then. Good move there from Attila. And could this be Aiden's call to pit, to box? We'll see what his pit crew is saying. You saw there Attila getting sideways there on the exit. And oh, that's Aiden with a big snap of oversteer in the background. He's dropped down a few positions. Has he kept out of the wall? We'll see. I think he may have. But he's lost a few positions there. He's lost a position to Tugberg and Danix. And yeah, no damage on the front of that Bentley. So he's quite lucky there to keep it out of the wall. But I think this will be a sign then for him to box. As he's now got Martin very close behind. We'll see if he pits. No, he's keeping it out on track actually. So that's interesting. Let's go back to the race leader then. Ashira has pulled a 1.9 second gap to Vinning and Keddy. So continuously pulling that gap, and that's definitely going to help him when he pits as well. Let's go back down to Amir. Let's see where he is. Seems to be in clean air at the moment. And Alfie Barron also, who's actually come out ahead of Amir. So this could be interesting. 2 seconds separating both Amir and Alfie Barron. So what's happened to Amir? We didn't quite catch what happened to him. But going down towards the field, Quinn Wall is in the thick of it all. He's got a bit of a rhyme there. He's got Khan up ahead of him in the 555 McLaren, and he's got Ian Thompson very close behind as well in the 55 BMW. The battle for the AM class is definitely on here. Going up towards P14, Blanchette is close to the back of Keel now. Coming up towards the final few corners. Last lap from Blanchette was just 400 slower than Keel, so both these drivers matching pace. Actually, no, sorry, that was their best lap. Best lap is very close, but their last laps, if I can find their names, there we go. That last lap, Blanchette was 2/10 quicker, as he's going to have a look up the inside coming down to turn 1, and no, Keel managing to hold it around the outside. Just about, but Blanchette's trying to have another look up the inside. He's got the inside, but will he have the exit he needs? I think he will. Let's see if Keel can hold it around the outside once again. And no, he's going to go for the switchback, almost losing the car there. But there we go, Blanchett up into P9 provisionally. And he's managed to hold off Keel. Alfie Barron now taking the fastest lap of the race of a 1:43.7. Nishira opting to keep it out on track. So different strategy for these drivers. We'll see who comes out ahead. Flash of lights there from Blanchett. Oh, he's gone deep, but Keel isn't close enough there to capitalise on that mistake. So Blanchett holds on to the position for now. Let's go down to P18. Keddy is on the back of Amir. So Alfie Barron's definitely pulled out a blinder here. He's pulled 3 seconds to Amir there. Could this possibly put him in the race lead? We shall see once Nishira pits, and he's actually into the pits. Where is Nishira? He is in the pit box. That's not the car. There we go. Nishira is in the pit box. Cameron Martin also in the pits. Vinning now in the pits too. Nishira's been dropped off the jacks. Where is Amir and Alfie Barron? Where's Alfie actually? Rounding off the final corner. I think it's going to be extremely close between these two. Nishira hasn't exited the pit lane. He's still got the limiter on. Now he has. Where is Alfie Barron? Alfie Barron. Oh, it's extremely close. I think he's got him coming down into turn 1. He has. So Nishira losing the race lead. And Alfie Barron with a blinder there. Strategy definitely paid off. That's put him into the net race lead here at Barcelona. So great strategy call there from Barron. But let's go down to Nicholas Keel, and I think that may be... Oh, a bit of contact there with the Lexus. I think that may be Quinn Wall. I'm not sure who that is. Or is that Suresh? No, that was Suresh, sorry. And he's lost the car there. I think he may have picked up a slight bit of damage on the right-hand side of that Lexus. That's not going to help with his cornering. Yes, he has there. I don't think he's going to be happy with that. Oh, almost losing the car once again through that final chicane. But that's dropped him down into P5. There we go, it's updated now. And look at that, Vinning also up into P11, so he's come out ahead of Amir as well. But he wasn't able to get the jump on Nishira. So Amir, after starting on pole position, has lost a few places here in this race. Looks like Sebastian as well is still very, very close to the back of Keddy coming down into turn 1. Later on the brakes, but Keddy with a better exit there. Oh, very late on the brakes. I think he got slightly deep there, but no, he's gone for the later apex. He's just hanging on to Keddy, keeping him within his sights. And constantly applying the pressure to him. Keddy is definitely going to be looking in his rear view mirrors every now and then. Different lines once again. I think Keddy was slightly too late on the brakes there. There you go, he's going defensive early, anticipating the move from Sebastian Leinmuller, but no, he's going to try go for the better exit. He hasn't got it done though. He's going to have to get it done for another day here. Now here we go, coming down into turn 1. We've actually got another battle up ahead. That's Amir really trying to get past the BMW of Vinning. You can see he was practically pushing him around there, coming into turns 2 and 3, but no, he's not able to get the move done yet. Slightly different lines there from both the drivers. Nashira's got some traffic up ahead of him now. That's going to slow him down a bit. And oh, I think he's gone off track. That is the back marker. He's gone off track there. So Nashira still holding on, but look how much time he's lost. Chris Vinning and Amir, and now right in the back of him, Amir with a slight mistake. It's cost him some time. You can see it's actually cost him about 6-7 tenths, I think that is. It's quite hard to tell from this camera angle, but we'll wait till the well, it says 1 second, it's definitely not. It's much less than that now. But there we go, Blanchett now into the pits. Alfie Barron in a comfortable lead here, 3 seconds to Nashira. Definitely doesn't really have anything to worry about. Just focus on himself and himself only. But Nashira is going to have to go defensive coming down to turn 1. The straight line speed of the BMW. He's going to pull out to the last second. He's going to wait to the last second to pull out of the slipstream, and he does so here. Nashira is going to have the inside. Vinning later on the brakes, tries the outside, but it hasn't come off well for him. And Nashira holds on to P5. That will be P2 in the race once the top 2 there. Tadema and Petrovic serve their mandatory stop. Oh, and Zachetti with a drive-through penalty. That would be for track limits. So that's going to drop him down the order, and now Amir taking the opportunity. Oh, he had to look up the inside, but no, just didn't get the exit that he wanted to. And Chris Vinning, oh, very sideways there, but he's held the car together. This is allowing Keddy and Sebastian to catch right up to this battle. Amir just biding his time here, waiting patiently to get the move done on Vinning. There we go, to Demo now into the pits. Let's go down to this battle for P20. It would be the 800 McLaren versus number 23 Lexus. Lexus of Suresh carrying some damage though, but he's driving through it and he's making it work here out at Barcelona. And Nicholas Keel not too far up ahead either. He's about a second to these 2 drivers behind. Now will the straight line speed of the Lexus help? He's going to have a look up the inside. Is he going to be later on the brakes? Now has to move back over to the racing line. But has that phased the McLaren driver of David up ahead? No, it hasn't. There we go, Zachetti now in the pits to serve his mandatory, not his mandatory stop, to serve his drive-through. And that's Suresh losing the car once again. We saw him lose it there the last time around. That's put Sergio Oz right up to the back of him now. And he's going to have to do some defending. And Oz is going to be on the attacking side here for the last 13 minutes of this race. Barron opening the gap up to 3.6 seconds. The Shearer slightly pulling away from Vinning. These 3 drivers just neutralising each other at the moment. And Keddy also there or thereabouts. And Sebastian's going to want to get their move done as soon as possible, really. But he may be thinking, if he can work together with Keddy, there is a chance to catch up. 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And they aren't too far back at all. 1.5 seconds there to Amir up ahead. It may be less as they cross the start finish line now. Nope, still 1.5 seconds. Looks like Blanchette is very close to Martin. Oh, that's Blanchette very deep there. Martin not able to get the move done though. Blanchette just holding on. Martin's eager to get this move done. You see they went for a dummy down the inside. But Blanchette just focusing on the track ahead of him. Hasn't phased him at all. A bit of a slide there on the exit from Martin. Oh, lift on the throttle as well from Blanchette. What's happened to him? He's let Martin pass there. Possibly doesn't want to battle with him. But there we go. He's let Martin past. And now that's put one less car between Blanchette and Nicholas Keel. But I think Blanchette's just playing it safe. He knows he doesn't really have to battle with Martin. They are in different classes here, so Blanchette in the AM class and Martin in the Pro class. I think that was actually a wise move there from Blanchette. But back to the battle for P2 then. The Shearer still holding on, with Vinning and Amir following close behind. Petrovic still yet to pit. I think last round as well, he did try and keep it out long. And we'll see where this places him once he serves his mandatory pit stop. Coming down to turn 1 now for the 19th time here at Barcelona. Shearer doing a great job at holding on. It's not easy to do, but it's also not easy for the drivers behind to pass such a big car. Bentley, one of the heaviest and biggest on track at the moment. There we go. Vinning taking a slightly different line. That is the Lexus moving out the way then for the lead cars. It's good to see. But not really any position changes between these three at the moment. Keddy also still holding off Sebastian up in P6 and P7. Now here we go, the number 700 Lamborghini's got Tadema and Zachetti. Zachetti down into P16 after his drive-through for track limits. Let's go on board with the Lamborghini driver then. Oh, a bit of a lift off the throttle there. It's not going to help his run coming down into this left hand. The BMW of Tadema having a look up the inside. But I think that's the Lamborghini driver of Gio wide. And he's let through Tadema and Zachetti. Once again, these two drivers in different classes. But there we go. Those two upper position then. Now on board with Suresh. He's lost the position to David in the number 800 McLaren. So David getting the position back, and Oz sticking with these two drivers up ahead. They've also got the number 64 Honda joining in the fun. So 4-car battle pretty much for P20 here in the final few laps of this race. We'll keep an eye on this battle. But looks like Vinning has got past Nashira, so Nashira down into P4. That will be P3 once Petrovic's pits. So the last podium spot is held there by Nashira, and he's got Amir very close behind him. Keddy and Sebastian now really closing up the gap to these top 4 drivers. apart from Alfie Baron, because he's opened up over a 7-second gap to Chris Vinning there. But yeah, here we go. We've now got... Oh, there's been contact with, I think that's Petrovic's. I think he wanted to go into the pits there, and that's promoted Ashira back up into P2. And what's happened to Vinning? He's been caught up into it. He's been put down to P5 then, and Amir gaining a few places out of that. But no, Keddy's come out on top. Keddy now into P3 here of the race. So a podium position for Keddy. There's still a few laps to go, but he's come out on top, and Amir's looking to get the move done. He's going to have a look up the inside now. Seems to have the better exit. He's going to be later on the brakes. Kenny trying to hold it around the outside. Amir's left him the room. And there we go. He's up into P3 is Amir. Chris Vinning going to try it around the outside now. Bit of door rubbing between the two, and Sebastian's going to take advantage of that. But no, he's not able to do so yet. Just waiting ever so patiently. But this is definitely the best battle here for round 5 at Barcelona. For some reason, that's Petrovic's into the pits. That's his mandatory pit stop then. That's put him down quite a few positions. Let's see where he comes out in relative to the other drivers. That's Keddy. He's gone deep. That's going to allow... Oh, there's been contact. That's going to allow Vinning up the inside. And Sebastian, unfortunately, making contact with Keddy. He's lost some time as a result, but Toth is caught up to the back of these guys as well. So Sebastian Leitman needs to be careful here. You see in the background as well, Sullivan not too far off the back of these drivers, but with 5 minutes left to go, he's going to need a miracle. The Shearer back up to P2. This is where he started the race. This is where he qualified. So finishing in P2 definitely be good points for his championship here. But what a crazy few events there. Chris Vinning coming out on top of it, but look at that, Keddy really trying to fight back hard. Got in the comments, how's Thompson getting on? He was in a Williams sandwich, yes, but he's now got Khan behind him and Terry Williams up ahead. So currently running in P26. But we'll switch back to this battle. The Shearer's opened up a slight gap to Amir behind. But he's going to be hunting him down for the final few laps of this race. Toth sticking to the back of Leimler there, as you can see in the background. But all the drivers do seem to separate quite a bit coming down the start-finish straight and through that final chicane. But look at that in the background, Sebastian having to go defensive coming down into turn 1. Will Toth try and get the switch back here? He's going to hope for the better exit, but I don't think it's really helped him. He's going to try it around the outside, but he's run wide there. He's going to pick up the marbles. It's not going to help him cornering. And Sebastian holding on here for P6. And looks like, oh, that's Martin picking up a drive through. And here we go, Tugbuck, and that is the Lamborghini number 700 going side by side coming into turn 1. But there we go. Tugbuck back up into P14 and Jill into P15. Doesn't really want to battle or make any mistakes with someone who's not in the same class as you. Petrovic's now in P24. This could take a big hit on his championship lead here. Let's have a quick look. He is on the back of Adam. And he's really going to need to get this move done as soon as possible. This is going to be damage limitation for him, really. He's going to have a look around the outside coming down into turn 1. He's later on the brakes and he's got the move done. Brilliant move there from Petrovic. Just getting later on the brakes. And around the outside there. It's a great move from Petrovic up into P23 now. But back to this battle. Look how close Amir is coming down into turn 1. He's had to get past a back marker. And blue flags are being waved. There we go. Keddy also now getting past the back marker, I believe. That is Ian Thompson. Yes, it is. So good job there from Ian for moving out of the way. It looks like in P12. Oh, P11 now. Tademo's got the move done on what would be Danix. What's happened to Danix? He's lost another position. So Duchetti up into P12. Danix losing 2 positions there. So he must have made a mistake somewhere. But where is Alfie Baron coming through the final few corners? We'll have one more lap after this, unless he wants to sit there and wait. No, there's not enough. There's not a big enough gap between the Shearer and Baron to do so. So we will have one more lap after this. Oh, Vinning with a drive-through penalty. That would be for track limits as well. That's really going to drop him down the order. And he's not going to serve it, so he's going to pick up a time penalty here. Once he crosses the start-finish line. Once he crosses the finish line there. That's going to promote Keddy, Sebastian, Toth, Sullivan, who's right in the back of Toth actually. He's gained some time. And look at this, we've got quite a gaggle of cars here, a few back markers mixed in. There we go, that's Vinning. Oh, that's Toff, sorry. Getting past Thompson there. And Sullivan was a bit more difficult there for him to get past, but he hasn't lost a huge amount of time. Let's go back to our race leader, Alfie Baron, coming up towards the final few corners. Here we go, coming up to the final corner now, pulled off an amazing strategy called jump the race leader Nashira through pit stops, and here we go, finishes in P1. The race leader of round 5, race winner, sorry, Alfie Baron in P1. Nashira holding on to P2. Good haul of points there for Nashira. Amir in P3. Vinning's going to drop down the order, but he finishes in P4 on track. Keddy in P5, Sebastian Leinmiller in P6, Toth in P7, Sullivan in P8. Where is Attila? P9 then. Zakdal in P10 after starting P12. But Tadema in P11, guess where he started? P33, so he's made up 22 positions this race. And he comes across the line to finish in P11. Most positions gained this race. Zachetti with not the best races here, finishing in P12. Danix in P13 then. Tugberg in P14. Gio in P15. Blanchette in P16. There we go, crosses the line now. Nicholas Keel in P17, Suresh in P18, and Oz in P20, David in P21, Martin in P22, Adam in P23, and Petrovic in P24. And P25 is Ian Thompson. But that is it for round 5 here at Barcelona. Alfie Barron winning the race, Nishira in P2 and Amir in P3. And Vinning with that 30-second penalty is going to drop right down the order. But there we have it for round 5 here at Barcelona. There we go, Vinning down into P10. But make sure to tune in next week where we'll be at, I don't actually know the track, but we'll find out for next week, so make sure to stay tuned. But until then, have a great week and good night.